Hey everyone, it's me, Brett Fish. Welcome to episode 40 of this series of 50 Race With Me videos. And this might be a really good time to go back and look at the 39 topics that we've already covered and do it with this lens of developing a sense of urgency. So what do I mean when I talk about this need for us to develop a sense of urgency with the work that we're doing as white people, dealing with our anti-racism? Well, a lot of the time when I work with white people say, Brett, you're being too harsh, you are being too angry, you're being too combative. Just let us get this at our own pace, or just be more kind. Be more kind to white people and we will understand what you're saying. We will think about it. We will slowly get to the point of moving to where you are or where you would like us to be. And that sounds good in one sense, but in another sense, this idea of being kind to white people, allowing them to take their own pace to learn and unlearn and relearn this stuff, is at the same time something that is exhibiting hatred or pain or anger towards black people and other people of color, because the longer it takes for white people to realize what words or terminology they use that is hurtful, what behaviors and attitudes they have that hurt people of color around them, it means that people of color are being hurt, being victimized, being marginalized, being offended, being pushed to the side while we wait for white people to get it. There's also a sense with this idea of privilege that one of the biggest ideas of white privilege is the notion that I can choose to talk about race when I feel like it. For black people, other people of color, race is in their face every single day. Whenever they go out, when they're online, when they're walking through a supermarket, there are reminders on a daily basis of race and why their race is seen as negative or less than. For white people, it's this idea of choice. I can choose today to speak about race. Tomorrow, if I don't feel like it, or if I'm tired of speaking about race, I can take a few days off and then come back to it when I feel like it. People of color do not have that privilege. And so as white people, we've spoken about this idea of not on our watch. It is this commitment every day when I wake up to interrupt racism, to work and to do the anti-racism work that needs to be done in myself, and to work on building a society that works better for all of its people. And so it can be an act of cruelty if we take our time getting there. And so there's this sense of urgency that needs to take place, because the work we're doing now is work that should have happened in 94 and work that should have happened in the decades and centuries before that. We are trying to undo years and years and years of racist behavior, systems, structures, damage, hurt, pain that has been done to people of color. And so it's about time that we as white people put some urgency into it, because we haven't had to deal with this stuff most of our lives. And now that we are choosing and noticing and realizing that we need to start doing it, and it feels a little bit uncomfortable, it feels a little bit painful, it gets a bit tiring, we need to commit to it, because people of color don't get those choices. It is in their face every day, and the longer we take to get it, the more people around us continue to get hurt. And so please look back at the 39 topics we've covered in the series so far. Go see how you're doing with them and see where you need to speed up, where you need to kind of work a little bit harder, where you need to commit to the stuff a little more fully, because we need to develop a sense of urgency. This work is long overdue. People are being hurt. We need to get it now. And we need to help those around us who have not started doing the work, or who maybe aren't at the same point as we are in our journey. We need to help them to get this stuff and get this stuff quickly. That is an act of kindness to the people around us. So let's get going.